breathing and settling. Let's begin seated. You may want to sit on a block or a cushion so that your knees are not higher than your hips. This will help your pelvis and spine into a good position. If you have pelvic pain or varicose veins, then take this whole sequence kneeling on blocks or cushions so that your calves are not compressed, like Beck's on your right. Push your sitting bones down into the support underneath you and lift through the crown of your head so that your spine feels long and light. Drop your chin slightly and let your shoulders be heavy. Soften the muscles in your face, around your eyes and your jaw. This will help your mind stay relaxed throughout the class. Notice the feeling of the body becoming still and allow yourself to relax into this pause. Rest your right hand to your heart and your left hand to your baby, and take a few deep breaths through your nose. Notice where you feel the breath moving in your body. You may wish to dedicate all of the positive energy generated by your yoga practice to the well-being of yourself and your baby. This next movement is called the breath of life. This helps to open up your rib cage and increases your lung capacity, which can help to energize and uplift you. Bring your arms out to the side. As you inhale, reach up through your fingertips, gazing up towards the hands. As you exhale, bring the palms together down through the center line of the body. Turn the palms towards baby as you finish your exhale. Inhale, arms coming out, floating them up. Exhale, bring the palms down and connect to your baby. Inhale up and exhale down. Listen to your breath as you move. Think about coordinating your movements with your breath throughout the class. This will keep the mind alert to all of the experiences of the body and enable you to monitor the quality of your breath. Three-part breath. Let your hands rest on your baby. This is a deeply calming practice, helping to further focus your mind on your breath. It encourages your breath to become deeper, longer and more controlled. You may like to shut your eyes, as this will help you to focus inwards. For part one, take your breath down into your hands. As you breathe in, your belly relaxes forwards. And as you breathe out, gently pull your belly muscles back towards your baby, giving the baby a gentle hug. Inhale, breathing right down into the base of the body, letting your belly fill. And as you exhale, gently drawing the belly muscles back towards your baby. Keep your spine straight and your face soft. For the second part of the breath, move your hands to rest on your bra strap with the thumbs pointing behind you. Breathe in to expand the space between the hands, feeling the fingertips and thumbs moving apart. As you breathe out, the hands slide back towards each other. As you inhale, it feels as if you're broadening the breath across your chest. Feel the breath moving into the front, the sides and the back of the rib cage. Breathing out, feel the hands moving back towards each other. Long breath in, equally long breath out. The third part is to let the hands rest on the upper chest or collarbones. As you breathe in, feel the collarbones and shoulder blades lifting and spreading. As you breathe out, gently dropping back down again. Invite the breath into your heart center, feeling it expand as you do so. And then right hand onto baby, and the left hand stays on the upper chest as we connect these three parts together. As you breathe in, feel the breath first moving down into your belly, then feel the rib cage lifting, then breathe into the collarbones and the shoulders. As you breathe out, let the belly hug back towards your baby, let the rib cage close in, and let the chest drop. Feel this wave-like breath flowing through you, bringing in energy and keeping your mind clear and present. And then take your legs out in front and rotate your ankles. If you've been kneeling, then sit forwards on your hands and knees and stretch one leg back at a time with Bex. Change direction. Circulation in the lower part of the body can get quite sluggish during pregnancy. These simple rotations will help to keep the fluid moving. And then folding your legs back in with the other leg in front this time. We're going to do slow twitch pelvic floor squeezes. Take a long inhale and a long exhale. Then as you inhale, squeeze together the muscles in your pelvic floor. You're squeezing the muscles that stop you from doing a wee and hold back wind. Then as you exhale, release and drop with as much control as you can manage. As you inhale, squeeze and lift into the center of the body. And as you exhale, a gradual release until the muscles are completely soft again. Repeating a few more times with your breath. Inhale to squeeze. Exhale, release. It's helpful to get into the habit of releasing the pelvic floor with the exhale, so the body gets used to yielding in this area in preparation for pushing the baby out. Check that you aren't squeezing your buttocks or your thighs as you lift the pelvic floor. Warming up. We'll start the warm-ups with some head rolls to help loosen any tightness in the neck. Let the head roll from shoulder to shoulder, keeping the head in front of the body. The head feels really heavy as it rolls. As you exhale, the head moves across the collarbones. As you inhale, lift up through the head and pause. Exhale, let the head roll to the other shoulder. Inhale, lift and pause. Feel those big strappy muscles in the back and the sides of the neck becoming long and letting go. And then bring the head back to the middle. The right hand takes the head over to the right shoulder, lifting up your left earlobe, and feel the space that this stretch brings to the left side of your neck. Take a few deep breaths. And then the head comes back up and over to the other side, lifting up the earlobe. Don't tug or pull the head, simply hold and breathe, dropping your right shoulder down. And then the head comes back up. Bringing your hands behind your head And tuck your chin down towards your throat and gently rub out the back of your head like you're washing your hair, and sticking your thumbs under the base of the skull, kneading out any knots of tightness. Then taking hold of the back of your head so that your neck doesn't strain, lift up your chin. As you exhale, move your chin back down towards your chest, rubbing the back of the head and the neck, but avoid pressing into the spine. Inhale, lift your chin back up again. And exhale, chin towards the chest. Inhale, last time looking back up, and then bring the head back to the center. Take your hands behind your back, interlacing your fingers, and roll your shoulders back so that you can feel a lovely stretch across the front of the shoulders and the chest. You may like to look gently up, or if you prefer, gaze forwards, as Erica on your left is showing you. She will be showing you alternative head positions throughout. Take a few deep breaths. Then bring the arms in front, interlacing the fingers. Bring the palms forwards, round your back, tuck your chin under and look down at baby, stretching across the upper back. Then as you inhale, stretch up through your palms, reaching up, keeping the shoulders down. And as you exhale, rounding your back, tucking your chin under. Inhale, reaching up through the arms. And exhale, rounding your back. Rocking forwards and backwards on your pelvis, easing away tiredness and stagnated energy in the spine. See if you can coordinate your movements with your breath. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, reaching forwards. Then let your hands rest on your shoulders. We're going to take the elbows in circles, moving backwards. These circles can get increasingly big as you warm up, helping to loosen up the shoulders and mobilize the rib cage. Can you feel your breath expand as you open up your ribs? And changing direction. See if you can keep your sitting bones down on the floor so that you stay grounded. This moving twist will help to tone your waist. Then rest the hands down and notice how you feel. Reach your right arm up, and as you exhale, sweep your arm over to the left. Inhale, lifting up the left arm, and as you exhale, reaching over to the right side. Inhale, reaching up, shoulders stay relaxed. Exhale, sitting bones stay down. Inhale, exhale. You can look up as you move or keep your gaze forwards. This movement stretches out the rib cage, creating more room for your growing baby. It also helps to tone the waist and the abdominals. Some abdominal strength can help during the pushing stage of labour. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Back to the center. Then stretch your legs out and bring your other leg in front. Or if you're kneeling, stretch your legs back out behind you. Bring your hands onto your knees. And as you exhale, stretch your right shoulder towards your left knee. Inhale back up. And exhale, left shoulder to right knee. If you have pain in the lower back, then you may prefer to stay with Bex, who's doing this very gently. And Erica is making sure that she leaves lots of space for her baby. This movement stretches out tightness in the lower back and the back of the hips. Then coming into a kneeling position. Unless you have varicose veins, in which case start in the high kneeling position being demonstrated by Bex and keep the support underneath your bottom. You may wish to place a blanket under your knees for more comfort. As you inhale, lift your right arm up, twisting to your right. As you exhale, coming back down, sink towards your heels, round your back. Inhale, twisting to the left. Exhale, closing to the front, rounding your back. Inhale, lifting up, gazing either backwards or forwards. Exhale, back down. Inhale, keep a long spine. And exhale, bow down to your baby. If your energy is low, then stay down on your heels with Erica. Twists can help to relieve backache while strengthening the spine. This movement also helps to strengthen the thighs. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Moving energy. Then into the all fours position. Take your hands beneath your shoulders, knees apart, spread out your fingers, and see if you can spread the weight into your fingertips as much as you are into your wrists. If you have carpal tunnel or your wrists are uncomfortable, then you can do this whole neck sequence with your elbows on the floor like Bex. Tuck your tailbone under, hugging baby back towards your spine so that your lower back doesn't dip. The back of your head is lined up with the back of your spine. This is your neutral position. Breathe deeply down into your belly, allowing the baby to be cradled by your breath. Then moving into the cat and the tiny cow, Marjari Asana and Bitilasana. As you exhale, tuck your chin under, tuck your tail under, and arch your back like a frightened cat. Inhale, lift your head, lift your tail, not too much, into a gentle cow or the tiny cow. Exhale, round your back into cat. As you inhale, rolling up through the spine into tiny cow. Then take your awareness fully into your breath. As you breathe in, feel as if you're drawing the breath up from your tail to your crown. And as you breathe out, the breath goes from your crown to your tail. This movement frees up the neck and the spine. It strengthens the postural muscles in the front and the back of your body. Exhale. Inhale. Now into the side rolling cat, bending the elbows and take the ribcage over to one side, down towards the floor, over to the other side, and then up and over again. And change direction. This movement helps to lubricate the joints in the upper and the mid-spine, and gently strengthens your arms. Relax your neck so that your head can move freely. Birthing circles. This time creating a circle with your whole body, taking the hips back towards the heels, round to the side and forwards. If you have pelvic pain, then stay with Bex and keep the movement pretty small, feeling the deep muscles in the buttocks working to help stabilize the pelvis. Otherwise, these circles can be as big or as small as you want. From 34 weeks, it's beneficial to spend time every day on all fours, taking a variety of different movements. This position encourages the baby to take its best presentation for labour, with its spine hammocked forwards into your belly. Changing direction. This is a movement that you may find useful during labour, as it enables you to move freely whilst remaining grounded. It also takes the weight off the spinal nerves that feed into the uterus, which can make things more comfortable. And then sit back on your heels. As we take opening lotus mudra to help ease the wrists. If you have varicose veins, then stay in the high kneeling position. You can use this mudra or hand gesture as a way to focus back in on your breath, palms together. And then turn the palms towards yourself, outwards, fingers down, away, and back up, palms together. Repeating a few more times in each direction. Move as slowly as you breathe. Feel the connection between your breath and your movement. Both long, steady, and smooth. Bring your attention inwards and check that your face is still soft. Strengthening spine, freeing hips. Coming back onto all fours. If you're in third trimester, you may want to get a chair handy. Find the neutral position again, making sure that your lower back is flat and the baby's held in towards the spine. Then gently wag your tail, keeping your hips over your knees, shortening one waist as you lengthen the other. Inhale through the center, exhale into the stretch. Inhale to the center, exhaling into the stretch. If you have pelvic pain, then you may prefer to keep these stretches very small so that you're not tugging on the joints in the lower back or the pelvis. This movement helps to strengthen and stretch out the muscles in the lower back. These muscles can get very tired as they try to support the weight of the growing baby. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you have pelvic pain, then you'll be taking your right leg straight behind you, pressing into the heel. Otherwise, take your right leg over to the left and peer over towards the right heel. You can press the right hand into the floor and breathe deeply. Then into the half thunder god, Ardha Vasisthasana. Take the left lower leg behind you, stretching your whole right side. For pelvic pain, keep the hips high and stretch your right arm forwards. If you have high blood pressure or low blood pressure, keep your top hand on your hip. Otherwise, stretch the arm up over your ear. Drop back into the all fours position. Bex now stretches her left leg back, or for the full pose, then take the left foot over to the right side. Looking over to the left heel and pressing the left hand into the floor. Check the baby is tucked in. And then into the half thunder god, moving carefully. You can either look up at the ceiling or down at the floor, and Bex stretches her left arm forwards. This is quite a powerful and energizing pose, so make sure that your breath remains steady. Back to all fours. Take your right foot forwards with your toes pointing out to the side. If you're in third trimester, rest forwards on a chair. And if you have pelvic pain, then stay in the all fours position and tilt your pelvis up and down. Otherwise, lunging forwards and backwards. Make sure that your right knee is pointing over your right foot and that the front heel doesn't leave the floor. Now gently rolling the hips in circles. Bex is staying in all fours and doing small hip circles. And then in the other direction. You may find these movements useful during labour. They allow you to move your hips and create space in the pelvis, which can help the baby find a good position to move down and out. And then just fold forwards towards the floor or chair. Allow yourself to relax into the stretch. Feel the weight of the head and the length of your breath. If you have an established yoga practice, then you can lift your back knee off the floor and look up with the chest lifted into a deeper lunge. Then carefully bringing the left foot forwards, pointing the toes out to the side, and then shifting your hips forwards and backwards. Bex is once again tilting her pelvis up and down. And then rolling the hips in circles. This movement helps to loosen up the pelvis and increase blood flow in the area. Then in the other direction. Allow all your joints to feel really loose. And then rest forwards, dropping your head down. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Breathe deeply down into your belly. And if you wish to come into the final stretch, lift the back knee up towards the ceiling, stretching the back heel back, and look forwards. And then take a rest in child's pose, spreading your knees wide so the baby has lots of room. Supporting yourself under the chest with cushions or a bolster if you need more space. If you have varicose veins, then keep your hips lifted. Rest your head on the floor or on folded arms. Make sure that you're really comfortable. This is a restful pose. See how quickly you can relax here. Take several deep breaths, nourishing yourself and your baby with your breath. Between the labour rushes, there will be a time when you can simply rest and replenish your energy, ready for the next wave. You can use this pose as preparation. We're going to do some more pelvic floor work, this time accessing the fast twitch muscles. If you'd prefer to do these upright, then feel free to move. We're going to squeeze and release the pelvic floor quite rapidly. Make sure that you keep breathing. Okay, let's do 5. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. And then pause. Let's take 2 more rounds of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. Salute to the baby. Surya Balasana. You will need to clear your mat for this next flowing sequence of poses. It's a modified Sun Salutation. I've called this the baby salutation. Start in kneeling or high kneeling. Notice your breath. The breath is going to lead you through these poses. As you inhale, raise your arms out to the side as you come into high kneeling, looking up. As you exhale onto all fours, rounding your back into cat stretch, tucking your chin and tail under. Inhale, lifting into tiny cow, and as you exhale, lift your knees off the floor into downward facing dog. If downward dog is too strong for you, then you can leave your knees on the floor and stretch your arms forwards into puppy pose with Erica. If you have pelvic pain, then raise and drop your heels at the same time. Otherwise, you may wish to stretch one heel down and then the other, so that you're pedaling out your heels. Exhale, place the knees slowly down onto the floor, spreading the knees wide so there's lots of space for baby, and sink your hips back towards your heels, or keep them raised if you prefer. Inhale, curling up through the spine so the head comes up last, reaching the arms out and up, and as you exhale, sit back towards your heels with your hands resting at your heart center. We're going to do that twice more. This first time, we're going to come into downward dog position and chant Ah. This will encourage the exhale to lengthen and also help to relax your jaw and throat, which will help the muscles in the pelvic floor relax. Both great preparation for labor. Inhale, reaching the arms out and up. Exhaling into the cat, arching the back and tucking the baby in. Inhale gently into tiny cow. And as you exhale into downward dog or puppy pose. Pause as you inhale, exhaling, ah. Then the knees come down to the floor, stretching back into child pose. Inhaling, rolling back up, floating the arms out and up. And as you exhale, back to your heels. We'll do that one more time, this time chanting Om. Inhale, reaching the arms out and up. Exhaling into cat stretch. Inhaling, tiny cow. And exhale, lifting into downward facing dog. Long inhale as you hold. Exhaling, Om. Knees to the floor, stretching back into child's pose. Inhaling, rolling up. And exhaling back towards your heels. And then just pause here with your eyes shut. Notice how you feel. Creating space. It's very important to take care of your back and your pelvis as you change position, particularly if you're already experiencing pain. So get into the habit of squeezing your pelvic floor muscles as you move between the floor and standing. This will help to protect your back and pelvis. So bring your hands onto the floor. Tuck your toes under, walk your hands back to your knees. Squeeze the pelvic floor, lift the knees at the same time and roll up to standing. As we come into mountain pose or Tadasana. Hands to hips. Feet are hips width apart and parallel. Bend your knees and scoop your tailbone forwards and then scoop it back again. Exhaling forwards, inhale back. Exhale forwards, inhale back. This movement can help to relieve lower backache caused by carrying a growing baby, and it also helps to tone the buttocks and the thighs. After a few of these pelvic tilts, we're going to find that midpoint between those two tilted positions and then straighten the legs. Bring your hands down by your sides and perhaps shut your eyes for a few moments to help you focus inwards. Relax and spread your toes, pressing equally down into your heels and the balls of your feet. Lift the inner arches and feel this lift rising up through your legs. Drop your tailbone heavily down towards the floor and lift into the crown of your head. If your bump is already showing, then slightly tuck your baby in, holding the weight back towards your center. As the baby grows, this pulls the lower back forwards, which can create a lot of pressure and tension in the discs and the muscles of the lower back. Whenever you find yourself standing, see if you can check your posture and come back to your steady mountain pose. For pelvic pain, keep the feet parallel and not more than a hip's width apart, as in mountain pose, throughout this whole neck sequence. If you need to look after your energy, then sit on a chair. Otherwise, take your feet wide, toes angled out to the side. Arms out to shoulder height. And as you exhale, bend your knees, sweeping your arms down. As you inhale, reach up, straightening the legs. Exhale, sweeping down as you bend the knees. Inhale, reaching up as you straighten. Keep your spine nice and straight as you squat down and up into the horse rider's pose. This is a lovely movement for opening up your hips and building strength in your thighs, which is useful if you want to be active during labour. Keep the knees bent, reach the arms out at shoulder height. Then take the right arm up as the left arm sweeps under baby. Inhale, left arm up, right arm under. If your lower back is tender, then move with Bex, keeping it very slow and gentle. Make sure that your inner thighs stay pressed back so that your knees don't collapse in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, straighten the legs, turn your right foot out and your left foot slightly in. Unless you're modifying for pelvic pain, in which case rest your hands on the back of a chair and keep your feet parallel. Erica's putting her foot on the chair so she has more space for baby. If you're coming into the full pose, then stretch out into your right hand and down towards the right shin or ankle, keeping the underside of your waist nice and long. Press into your feet. And if you're modifying for blood pressure, then keep your top hand on your hip. Otherwise, reach it straight up. Reach the arm over the ear, down across the body, and then back up to the middle and into the left side, turning the left foot out and the right foot slightly in. Reaching out into the left hand and down towards the ankle. Keep your knees a little bit soft so that they're not locked. Open across your chest. You may be looking up at this point or looking forwards. This is called triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. Sweep the arm down across the body and come back up to standing. Now let's move into a restful forward bend, Prasarita Padottanasana. If you're modifying for back or pelvic pain, then keep your feet in mountain pose position, resting your hands on the back or the seat of a chair. If your hamstrings are tight, then feel free to keep your knees bent or rest your hands on a block. Draw your breath in through your nose and let it seep out again in a constant calming flow. Lift up through your sitting bones and press down into your feet. Next, we're going to stretch out the inner thighs, unless you have pelvic pain, in which case just tilt your pelvis by dropping and lifting your tailbone as you squeeze and release your buttocks. Otherwise, bend your left knee, keeping the right knee straight, and then bend your right knee as you straighten the left. You're stretching the inner thighs and strengthening the outer thighs. Make sure that there's no discomfort in your knees. And then come back to the middle, bending your knees and rolling carefully and slowly back up to standing. Bring your feet back together and come back into mountain pose. Hands in prayer position at your heart center. Eyes are shut. Do you feel more space in your body for your baby and your breath? Inner strength. A stronger sequence to build stamina whilst keeping your breath calm. Take your feet wide, toes angled out. Bex stays with mountain pose, parallel feet, and Erica's going to sit on a chair. As you inhale, reach your arms out and up, and as you exhale, squatting down, hands at your heart center into horse pose. Hold as you inhale, and as you exhale, reaching forward, sticking your bottom out, Arms out in a big breaststroke movement. Inhale, straighten legs, reaching up. And exhale, coming down. Hold as you inhale and stretch forwards as you exhale. Reaching out and up. Exhale, coming down. Hold as you inhale and exhale, reaching forwards. Keep flowing with your breath. See if you can relax your feet into the floor. Feel the strength building in your legs as you open up your hips. Inhale, exhale. Hold as you inhale. Exhale, reach forwards. Inhale up. And exhale. This time as you come into the horse pose, we're going to hold and change the breath now to the birthing breath, which is in through the nose and out through very gently pursed lips, so that the breath becomes very long. Inhale through the nose and exhale a very long breath out through a small gap between the lips. Stay relaxed where you can in your body. Relax your jaw, eyes, ears, and shoulders. Your breath remains calm and conscious, particularly as your thighs start to warm up, or if your mind starts to get a little bit agitated. Dive deep into your breath. Deep inhale, bringing strength and determination. Long exhale, blowing away any unpleasant feelings as they come up. Now rest forwards, bending your knees. Place your elbows on your knees. Interlace your fingers, placing your thumb and first finger together. Use this pause to relax the body. And notice where your mind is and what it's saying. This hand gesture or mudra is called Yoni Mudra. Yoni means womb or source. This mudra makes the body and mind more stable and helps you to develop greater concentration and internal physical relaxation. Let's roll back up and come back into mountain pose. Bringing your hands together. Shut your eyes. Find your breath. See if you can remember to breathe deeply whenever you feel physically or emotionally challenged. The Victorious Warrior. If you're working gently, then sit on a chair, making sure that you have firm support underneath your feet. If you have pelvic pain, then take your feet only a short step apart with the pelvis and feet parallel. Otherwise, take your feet wide with your right foot turning out to the side and your left foot slightly turned in. Bend your right knee and open your arms to shoulder height. This is Warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana. Press the feet into the floor. As you exhale, bring your back arm round to meet your front hand. And as you inhale, open back up again. Exhale, close. And inhale, open. I'm letting my back hip follow the movement of my back arm, letting it turn in and out, but Bex is keeping her pelvis still. Exhale. Inhale. Then the arms stay open as we move into Reverse Warrior. Left hand goes down the left leg, and the right hand takes Chin Mudra, where the first finger and thumb touch. If you're modifying for blood pressure, keep the top arm just to shoulder height. Make sure the back remains comfortable, with the baby slightly tucked in. Gently look up towards the hand, or you can look forwards. And breathe deeply. then side angle pose, Utthita Konasana. Resting your right elbow on your right knee, your left arm reaches up over the ear, creating a stretch through the whole left side of the body. For blood pressure, keep your hand on your hip, otherwise reach the arm over the ear and press the back foot down into the floor. Sweep the arm across the body and come back up to standing. Warrior 2 on the left side. Left foot turns out, right foot turns in. Bending the left knee, checking the knees pointing over the foot. Exhale, right arm comes round. Inhale, opening up. Exhale to close, and inhale to open. You can either look back or keep your gaze forwards as you move. But check that your front knee doesn't move. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, arms stay open and into reverse warrior. Back hand goes down the back leg. Chin mudra, first finger and thumb touching. Stretch out the other fingers. This mudra helps to really sharpen your mind. Side angle pose, planting the back foot down into the floor, reaching the right arm up and over. Lengthen from your back foot into your top fingertips and breathe with a steady flowing rhythm. Sweep the arm down across the body, back up to standing, turning your feet parallel and then stretching forwards into wide leg forward bend, modifying where you need to. Rest here for a moment. Allow the breath to settle. For lower back pain, take the arm just out to shoulder height. Otherwise, bring your left hand to the center, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, the hand comes down. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, inhale, exhale, and inhale. You can either look up at the hand as it moves or keep your gaze down at the floor. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, bend your knees and then carefully roll yourself back up to standing. Come back into mountain pose. Hands together at your heart center. Shut your eyes. The warrior pose symbolizes how yoga can help us find a way to resolve the internal conflicts that can cloud our minds. Finding balance. Your center of gravity is shifting rapidly. These balances will help you to stay connected to your center. Balances can help you gain confidence in your body, and as you concentrate, they can help to settle a chattering mind. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Erica's going to take hold of the back of a chair for support, and if you have pelvic pain, keep your toes on the floor and raise your heel to your other ankle. Otherwise, take your right heel to your calf or your inner thigh. Bring your palms together at your heart and keep them there if you're modifying for blood pressure, or perhaps bring your hands up over your head, separating your hands and reaching your branches upwards. Press your roots down through your standing foot into the floor. Keep baby held back towards your spine and soften your eyes. Now come back to mountain pose as we move to the other side. As you shift your weight, just check that your hips stay level. Relax your toes and reach your arms up over your head. Shoulders remain relaxed. Feel yourself connected to the earth through your standing foot and connect to the space above you through the crown of your head. Your breath sounds like the wind rustling through leaves. And back to mountain pose. Next, we're going to link two poses together, fig tree and dancer, Natarajasana. Bex keeps her foot down on the floor throughout. Otherwise, lift your right leg behind you. Lift your right hand up over your head, and your left hand comes out at shoulder height. For blood pressure, keep your top arm on your shoulder. Check you haven't overarched your lower back. This pose is excellent for strengthening the whole back of the body. Into dancer, bending your left leg, bringing your right leg forwards, with the knee dropped out to the side. Right hand is down, left hand is up. Your hands are facing away from you. Coming into a slight forward bend, and breathe. Back to mountain pose. Fig tree on the left side. Left leg lifting behind you, left arm is rising up to the ceiling, right arm is out at shoulder height. Check your lower back. Soften your expression and allow your breath to fill your mind. And then moving into dancer. Left hand moves down, right hand is above, gently tipping forwards. And then back to mountain pose. Hands together, shut your eyes. As you connect into the earth through your feet, enjoy the feeling of standing up gracefully, with a sense of your center. Then coming back down to the floor. If you have pelvic pain, then you can do this whole neck sequence sitting on a chair. Otherwise, step to the back of the mat, rising up onto tiptoes, bringing the arms up. Stay high on your tiptoes, bend your knees, squeezing the pelvic floor, hands down, knees down, and into all fours. Seated flow. As you exhale, stretch back towards your heels. As you inhale, taking your nose a little distance above the mat, rolling forwards. Exhale, arching into cat, back towards your heels, and inhale, rolling forwards. For pelvic pain, sitting on a chair, and gently rocking the pelvis forwards and backwards. Exhale, and inhale. And exhale, this time resting your hips back on your heels and stretching into child's pose. Knees nice and wide for baby and head supported. Feel the floor greeting your body weight and soften into this welcome. Relax all the muscles up your spine and let your shoulder blades slide down towards the floor. Invite the breath into your lower back and across the back of your pelvis. Coming up to sitting. You may like to sit on a block or a cushion for this next sequence. Taking the legs wide apart. For wide angle seated pose, Upavish to Konasana. Reaching your right arm towards your left foot and then reaching forwards towards the right foot. Inhale, exhale, reaching forwards and round. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. If you have pain in the lower back, then stay upright. You can let your sitting bones lift and drop as you move so that the baby gets rolled around in your belly, but keep the legs straight and the feet flexed. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Then right hand towards left foot. As you inhale, you're going to reach up and over in a graceful arc to the other side. Exhale, reaching forwards. Inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale, inhale. And exhale, inhale. For this movement, keep both sitting bones down on the floor so that you're stretching out your lower back, but make sure the backs of the legs are pressed into the floor. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale and inhale. Head to knee pose, Janushirasana. Folding the right leg in. You may wish to put a cushion under your knee if it's not on the floor. Left hand to left inner thigh, hands together. As you inhale, open up into a twist. As you exhale, close. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. See if you can keep your spine nice and long as you come into this twist. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now keep the arm back and reach either up towards the ceiling or reach up and over towards your foot. Top ribs keep rolling back, turning your heart up towards the ceiling. If you have lower back pain, then you may wish to stay just in the side stretch, not leaning forwards. You can look up or look forwards. And coming back up. The right elbow stays lifted as you drop the hand behind. Left elbow goes down, hands reach towards each other. If your hands don't touch behind your back, then you may like to use a belt or take hold of your top. Bring your head to the center and breathe, squeezing your elbows towards each other. Then your right arm is going to go under the left arm as you come into the eagle pose, either taking hold of your shoulders as Erica is doing, or wrapping your forearms together. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Unravel the arms and fold your left leg in. Bring your shins so that they're parallel with the edge of your mat, and gently tip yourself forwards into fire log pose, Agni Stambhasana. Bex rests forwards on her knees, and Erica is leaving lots of space for her baby. This pose is wonderful for easing tight muscles in the buttocks and the lower back. Tightness in this area can be one of the causes of sciatica during pregnancy. Coming back up again. Straighten the right leg and fold the left leg in. Hands together. Inhale, sweeping the left arm over, and exhale, closing across the body. Inhale, open, and exhale, close. Inhale, open, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Now leave the arm behind you and reach up or up and over. Keep both of your sitting bones on the floor and feel the breath moving through your body. The inhale bringing space and the exhale bringing softness. And coming back up again. Left elbow is up, right elbow drops down. Extend through your left heel. Then the left arm goes under, right arm goes on top into eagle arms, all the modification. Breathe space between your shoulder blades. Unfolding your arms and taking the right foot in. making sure the shins are parallel, and then folding over into fire log pose. Allow yourself to yield to your exhale, relaxing your face, your shoulders, and relaxing the back of your hips. Alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana. Settling into a comfortable seated position for this pranayama or breath expansion. You may like to sit on cushions, blocks, or even a chair, making sure that your back is straight so that you can breathe freely. This breath work lowers the heart rate and reduces stress and anxiety. The traditional yoga texts say that this breath control synchronizes the left and right sides of the brain, bringing balance and harmony to your whole system. It's useful to use this breath if you're having trouble getting to sleep. But if your nose is blocked, even on one side, then you can just sit and visualize the breath moving through the nostrils. Tucking the first and second finger of your right hand into your palm, you're going to be closing your right nostril with your thumb and your left nostril with your third finger. Inhaling through both nostrils, and exhale, close your right nostril, and exhale just through your left. Inhale through the left, and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. Inhale left, and exhale right. And then let your hands rest down and notice how you feel. Bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra at your heart center, and then move them down to rest on your baby. You may like to reaffirm your dedication, offering once again all the positive energy created by your yoga practice to the well-being of yourself and your baby. Having a few minutes to relax at the end of your yoga class allows you the time to rest and recover energy. Relaxation is a time for undoing and letting go very deeply. If you're 30 weeks or more, then come onto your left side with your top arm and leg supported. If you're not yet 30 weeks and still comfortable on your back, then you can lie on your back, perhaps with a rolled blanket under your knees. Or you could raise your legs on a chair with some padding underneath your hips. This is especially good if you have swollen legs or varicose veins. If you're at all cold, then place a blanket over yourself. You may like to put an eye bag or a scarf over your eyes to help them relax. Feel the support underneath you and allow your body to become heavy and soft as you relax into this support. Take 3 long breaths, focusing on the exhale, and allow yourself to let go a little more as you exhale. Each exhale invites a sense of release. Then notice the breath becoming very gentle, completely effortless and quiet. Your face is still, eyes soft, brow smooth, lips lightly touching, teeth unclenched, tongue resting, throat relaxed. As your face relaxes, this invites the mind to become quiet. Feel how comfortable you are. Let your awareness move down to your baby. Soften the muscles around your belly. Feel the gentle undulation of the breath, cradling and rocking your baby. Spend a few quiet moments with your baby, sharing your breath and simply being in each other's presence. Notice any thoughts or feelings as they come up, and let them drift away as easily as they arrive. Stay here for as long as you wish. But when you're ready to come up, awaken yourself very slowly.